Okay, so when we take this to the quadrants, 2 intuition, 7 thinking, 3 sensation, 0 feeling. So here again, you see the intuitive projection, the thinking projection. That's the thinking is the 12th, 11th, 10th houses. So you're thinking where I fit in, what do I do, who's a friend, what has to be done, where to be part of, what to go do. That's her energy. The sensation is responding. So that's next. So there's an ability to interact and be sensitive to what's interacting, but not so much to take it personally and respond with feeling. Okay. Angular succeeding. So with the houses, oh no, we haven't got there yet. Okay. So we get the angular succeeding cadent. They're even 4 angulars, 5 succeedent, 3 cadent, but still the succeedent is the predominant one in the same way as the signs. So there's a determination or tenacity, that fixedness in the signs and the succeedent accentuation in the houses makes for a very consistent, determined, maybe even stubborn person. Okay. When we look at the fire houses, we see 0 fire, 2 air, 5 earth, 5 water. When we compare it to what happened with the signs, there was 4 water, 5 earth, so the same, 5 earth, 5 water in the houses. The air, there was only 1, here there's 2, and there was 4 fire, but in the houses, there's no fire houses of the self. So there's not a strong accentuation in myself, more about what I'm concerned about, money, resources, and getting it. So there's a powerful need to take care of what you're concerned about, to be practical, and the need to feel emotional, rewarded, a very strong judgment of whether she has the stability or not has stability. But she's not going to express it that much. She's not going to show it that much. It's not the fire of the air. So, like when there's paradoxes or puzzles that come up, you let them see. You see them. Look at that. Here, the relations, the air houses and the air signs are both fairly weak, 1 and 2. They're not. So, the communications is not her strong suit. But she has the Libra rising, so personality wants to share ideas. But she's so sensitive, it would not go in her way, or it's not practical. It's a puzzle. It's not the strong suit. Okay, so this is all the preamble. This is all the going into the foreplay, seeing the main point, just getting a sense of the person, the strengths, the confidence, any awkwardness that comes up, any contradictions that come up. You just want to have them kind of in the back of your mind so you're seeing them. I mean, you can go in and spend a lot of time just on any one of these factors. When you're looking at a whole chart, there's a lot of material to go over. So you just want to do this a step at a time, and you want to have at least touch these so they're in the back of your mind. They come back if you need it. They'll reinforce other interpretations. So the not having much setting, not having much below the horizon, that's really significant. That's the weaker side of responding and being personal secure. That feeling secure, those are the weak points. And feel secure, not much below the horizon. But there's a strong emphasis on above the horizon function and doing things that she's going to value. And you're going to do it a Leo, Taurus style. And her 9 rising is going to push it. And the 3 setting is not going to react much. She's going to be putting it out more. And with the Saturn on the handle of the bucket, she's going to be putting it out more to accomplishing, to be serious. I'm going to play my part. I'm going to be responsible. I'm going to do this. She's going to have that push to accomplishing, to accumulating works, to getting respected. But while she's pushing out, she still needs the feedback, even though she doesn't get that much feedback, because she's putting out more than she's receiving, rising to the setting. And inside of that, the moon phase is giving a sense of insecurity. Now I'm here, but I may have the respect now, but it's not saying it's changing. It's going to be changed. Something else is going to be coming. I have to work. I'm doing this, but I have to be working for something else. It's changing. Okay, so this is first 15 points. So when you're doing this for your test at this level, you really just have to put the totals down and make some little comment of this is more than this is this way, and it probably shows kind of like this. So you're just talking in the same way. It doesn't need huge paragraphs. You just need to see it and make some sense and show how it works in your life. This part of my teaching where I'm teaching you to make the personal association to how it works to you. By doing this, it makes it easy when you're working with a chart to make it experiential, to make it personal. You've seen it for you, well, and you see, oh, they're doing it differently. Then you start to learn from the other person and their chart, and you start seeing how it works differently for other people. And in that learning, you're always learning more when you do someone's chart than they're going to learn from you. But out of all the things you learn, you're trying to select things that are useful for them so you can help them and advise them responsibly and possibly and properly. Okay. I'm going to start with the moon, past, the security. We're going to go to the sun. Then we're going to look at Saturn. And then we'll see if we can get Venus in or Mercury in, but we got to do these three, and then we get the angles to do. Okay, we're going for time. Good. So in talking it out and working with this, we took half an hour to go through the first 15 steps. I mean, you're looking at you see it. You don't want to just take a second look. Oh, there's this much more, that much more. You want to look at it and you want to stop for a second and reflect on it and work it a little bit. So each of these factors, you've reflected on a little bit. And that the more you do, the more prepared you are to have the interpretations of the planets and signs and then houses. We've already included them all in the group. We have the group sense. Now we're looking at each individual one within that context. So here we have the moon in Taurus in the 8th house, trining Pluto and Uranus, but opposing Neptune. Okay, so the tendency is, oh, opposed to Neptune, there's confusion around the home, around security, around basic habits and that. You can see that we're going to get to don't do that at the beginning. Don't use that first, because that's not the healing energy. That's just the type of stress that comes around it. The healing energy is the planet in the sign in its categories and the planet in the house in its categories. And whatever, no matter what planet you have, whether it's retrograde or not or what, you still have to use the planet in the sign and in the house for its best as you can. So with retrogrades, I'm not quick to say, oh, it's retarded because it's retrograde. No way. You still have to use it. It's just you'll understand retrogrades more when you get to progressions. And then you'll be able to bring this back in and see how it works in a natal chart. But to make it two negative assessments of the secondary factors, it's distorting things. And it's simpler to just see moon and Taurus. Daylight is increasing. Daylight is increasing and daylight is greater. So my need to live, how I need to feel secure, I need to be me, I need to live my way, and I need to be feeling I'm going more my way. My way or the highway. I have to live like this. I need the security. So like this is the attitudes with the signs. So it's a springtime thing. There's flowers being born in the springtime, the moon and Taurus. If you can't appreciate it, what's wrong with you? Here I am. But the need, so this need to be independent, need to have one's own way of living, to feel secure, to have one's own style of clothes, of tastes, of things, this would be very strong. Now, again, that's springtime, but then it's a reflective sign. So there's a need to feel secure, reflecting on how I'm getting by on my own and I don't owe it to anybody. I need to be able to feel secure that way. Now, You're seeing when you look in the houses, there's a contradictory factor here, but we'll come to that. But then you have the fixed habits, fixed need for security. I need to be appreciated. I want this. I want these things. I have these things. I like these things. There's a tendency to accumulate and have things, and to feel of value. My life is valuable. I have these beautiful things. I have these nice things. I'm involved in this way. Okay, so, but on her terms. Okay, so I know what I like. I know what I need. I know what I want. She's got a very strong on what she wants, what she knows, what's going to her moon, her feeling, how she's going to reflect on things. It's going to reflect on when I was secure, when I wasn't secure, when I had good things, when I hadn't good things. Now, if she didn't get good feedback or good energy, Taurus, there's no anger greater than a Taurus that's rejected or not, that's scorned. They get more violent than a Scorpio. They'll break things, throw things, not their things, but there's a very strong sense of what feels good, what doesn't feel good, what feels right, what's not feels right, what's beautiful, what's not beautiful, and an intolerance to what's not beautiful, what's not nice. So the fixed and having to live in a fixed way. I need to have a stable way. I'm going to process this way. This is the way I live. This is what I have. This is what I wear. And same way with food. This is the food I eat. This is what I like. It's going to have a lot of good taste, that Venus rulership. So we have the fixed earth, practical. I need to have some money to have security. And there's a need to get that. So there's just a need for style, that moon in Taurus, to have charm, to have style, to have nice things. So it's fixed, it's earth, it's ruled by Venus. So this is where you're seeing the Venus, the style, the nice things, the sweet tooth, beautiful clothes. Don't get me polyester. I'm going to wear nice clothes. If I'm going to put something on my skin, it's got to be something nice. It's not going to be it's got to be Body Shop or something. That's not going to be something from the dollar store that you're going to put on your skin. There's a sense of style or beauty with this moon in Taurus, and a need for a certain comfort too. Okay, so this is a stubborn, determined moon. When you put it into the houses, it's on the setting side of the chart. It's not rising, it's setting, it's responding. So I need to have things beautiful. I need to live this way, and it's responding. Am I getting feedback from you? Are you responding to me the way I need? Are you giving me the hugs I need? Are you giving me the applause or appreciation I need? If I'm getting the applause or appreciation, I'm going to feel secure. Then I'm going to project all my chart to accomplish things for you, do things for you. But if I'm not getting appreciation, oh, what's wrong with this? I can't stay here. I'm not staying here. There's going to be a strong sense. So there's a need to be, even though it's a very independent moon, it's in the setting side of the chart. They're going to be responding to other people. There's a need to respond to other people. So we didn't see that strongly in her chart. There's only 3-point setting, but her moon is one of the points. So it's to need to feel secure with others, to feel part of things. This is the 8th house is the house of social conscience, of shared resources, of trust. So she needs to have a certain style, but she needs to be trusted and liked for that as well.